What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today I'm going to showcase a Cradily team in the Sunshine Cup. Now, back in the day here, Cradily was one of the best Pokemon even in the open Great League meta, but ever since they added in Tinkaton and nerfed Rock Tomb, it has kind of dropped off just a little bit here. But even still, in the Sunshine Cup, where all of its counters are gone, it doesn't really notice the Rock Tomb nerf too much, and there are so many targets for Rock-type damage, and the Grass-type coverage as well, means that this Pokemon is one of the most flexible, one of the most bulky, and one of the most annoying Pokemon in this format, so I am kind of excited to see it in action. But before we get into the battles, I do want to ask if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But let's get into the battles and see what Cradily can do. First opponent of the day, rather, we'll see Cradily into Shadow Swampert. Man, I would love to say this matchup is good for Cradily, and it's not, like, unplayable or anything, but the thing about it is, I don't have any fast move pressure here. It's all or nothing on if I can land a charge attack, so I don't like this necessarily, but we'll see if we can get a bait off or if we can land the nuke. Hydro Cannon gonna get a lot of damage against us. I'm gonna go instantly for the Grass Knot, because I want to try to get a one-shot if possible, or at least guarantee a shield goes down here from them. Nice, well that works. Crisis averted. They have to go for a Brick Break here instantly to knock us out before I get a Rock Tomb off, which I would be fine with. And they do throw energy. Likely it will be a Brick Break, that's 6. It can't be a Trailblaze, and if it's a Swift, we survive, so let's see what they do. Yeah, there comes the Brick Break. Furret plus Swampert could be almost anything in the backline right now. I think it's probably safest to come in Ninetales here, because Ninetales is able to outpace the Furrets quite easily, and while we can't one-shot them or anything, we should be able to two-shot with Weather Ball, maybe leverage some energy for the backline as well. And Quagsire is maybe going to be good in the back, it really depends on their third Pokemon. In this meta, it could be a lot of different things though, so I'm not super sure. We're already at back-to-back Weather Ball. They are, I believe, at 3 Sucker Punches right now, so 2 away from their next move. We'll see what they want to do here. Oh, they shield that. Maybe think I'm going to go for, like, an Overheat or something? But I am not. I don't have that. I'm a Ninetales. I don't run that anymore. I think Energy Ball coverage is just so nice to have in this meta. Yeah, they do let that go. I think what I want to do here is I might just want to bank an attack on my Ninetales. I want to bank a Weather Ball, because they are staying in. They are making it seem right now like potentially Ninetales is good in the backline. And it is... oh no, this is not what I was expecting to see in the slightest. I think they just have us here. The Jumpluff backline is going to absolutely destroy us. I was not expecting Jumpluff in this meta, because this Pokemon, especially with a Swampert lead, would be ran over so hard by a certain Pokemon known as Pidgeot, or really any flying type in this meta. So, I don't know if there's much I could have done here. This is looking pretty bad. That's just not a real team comp, I don't think, in this format, but we are going to lose to it, almost certainly. If I get an Aqua Tail, maybe I can put them into Weather Ball range, but... no. No, we cannot. Yeah, this is just going to one-shot us. We have a Weather Ball, but the problem is, first of all, I need to get to a second move into the Furret, and also, this is just not going to knock out. It's just not enough. Jumpluff is too bulky. Man, that is such a fake team right there. How can you run that in a meta with all the flying types out there? You can't run Swampert plus Jumpluff. I guess you can. We just lost to it. But that is remarkably unfortunate. I don't know if there's much I could have done about that one. Alright, well, I have more faith in this next team to be more realistic. There we go. I hope this guy cues into the last trainer. I'm just going to point that out there. We have the ability to outpace to a Rock Tomb before they can get to a Brave Bird. Jeez, English is hard. And the best thing about this is Rock Tomb will one-shot, and it's also going to debuff them. So we likely guarantee a shield, but the big question is going to be, do they ever go for a bait with an Air Cutter, or do they go straight Brave Bird just to try to guarantee the damage? Fortunately, they have it now. They instantly throw an attack. I feel like a Brave Bird is very likely here, but I'm still going to let it go, because I don't really want to shield at this point. I'm going to switch out into my Ninetales. They switch into a Furret, it looks like? Yeah. So I can just outpace here straight up to the Weather Balls. I'm not that scared of Pidgeot in the backline once I have a shield advantage. So we'll see how this plays out. They're at 5. They have a Swift ready to go, and that does 2 shots, so that's really nice. 6. It could be a Brick Break. Honestly, I'm going to shield this up, though. I feel like a Swift here would put us slower than I'd like to be. I want to save some HP just in case there's another fast move pressure Pokemon in the backline. And with Pidgeot already going for a Brave Bird, they're basically energy dry. If I save some HP here on Ninetales, I can get quite a bit of chip damage against them. They let that go, okay. What's going to come in? It is the Pidgeot here, but this is going to be Shadow into Shadow with a Weather Ball. I mean, this is going to hurt quite a bit, right? I'm not quite sure if this knocks out from here, but it should put them into a range where potentially I can farm down. Let's see what happens. Oh, we get a shield off that. Okay. And they go for an instant throw. I think I'm going to shield this up. It might be a bad play to use my final shield right now, but the thing is, I don't know what's in the backline. And if they're coming back in Pidgeot here, there is a chance there's a fire weakness back there. It could be like a Piloswine, could be a lot of things that I might not want to see with Quagsire initially. So I'm going to try to save my Ninetales if possible. Okay, well, it's actually just an Obstagoon, but I think we're fine. I should be able to reach a Stone Edge here. And after the Water Gun damage, that should be enough to knock him out. With that said, they throw on 7. If this is an Obstruct, that could make things a little bit awkward. Ooh. That probably loses me the game then. Obstruct Obstagoon. That's going to be really bad. That's going to bulk him up so quickly here to the point where I don't think a Stone Edge now is going to be enough to knock out. And now my defense on Quagsire has been lowered. I'm pretty sure a Stone Edge knocks me out. You know what? That's a really cool play by them. That is really bad for us, so I don't think there's much of a chance that we win this one now. We do survive a Night Slash here, but just barely. And I have such little HP on Cradily and on Ninetales that I don't think we have enough in the tank here. I'll go for the Acids. Ah, but it's too bulky! No! Yeah, and they counter us down. Oh, man, that is 2 unfortunate matches in a row. Alright, there we go. Oranguru in the lead. Pretty neutral matchup. My Quagsire wants to avoid this because they have Trailblaze potentially. And honestly, I've been the Oranguru in this matchup quite a few times in this meta. And it's not that fun for them because if you get debuffed here, Confusions and Trailblazes, they really don't do all that much. And you just get 2-shot by Cradily. We'll see what they want to do, though. They might stay in. They might just clear the debuff now, though. Yeah, that is what they do. But you can't really be save swapping that, I don't think. So luckily, even though they do clear their debuff, they are met instantly by a Ninetales. That is crazy. They're at 6, could be an Energy Ball, could be a Weather Ball, depending on if they want better pacing or just more raw damage. Okay, they go Weather Ball. I'm just going to keep on farming up here, because I feel like they're going to go for a Weather Ball, and I can survive that, go for a full farm down with Ninetales, and just have a lot of energy ready. We'll see what they want to do, though. If they... Actually, they probably can't even switch out. Yeah, we get a full farm down here. So I have back-to-back Weather Balls ready to go. Likely they're going to... Actually, I should go for an Energy Ball, right? That does more raw damage. It looks like that might have been a CMP. But, I mean, going for the Energy Ball here and just landing that damage is going to be pretty bad for them no matter what. Now they're going to be in farm down range. I don't necessarily love letting this go, but I think Cradily plus Quagsire is a good enough core on its own that I don't necessarily need to keep my Ninetales around. I'm going to come in Quagsire, because I should be able to Water Gun that down, or if they come in Blaziken, then I just win that way, yeah. I was going to say that, I think either way they're in some trouble there. Alright, Shadow Quagsire in the lead. I always hate this matchup as a Cradily. Whoa. Alright, well, I like this matchup as a Ninetales. I was going to say that it's always very bait-dependent into that Quagsire. 8. I mean, here's the thing. I think that Ninetales has enough play into that Quagsire. It's always worth going down a shield here. Maybe even going down 2 shields, depending on what they do. Oh, they high horsepower. I mean, it's a good play by them in theory. But now I have so much energy on my Ninetales that they are in so much trouble with that Quagsire. They can't really bring it in here. But also, do they want to take a whole bunch of damage on their final Pokemon? It's hard to say. Yeah, they let that go down. Quagsire does come in. It is on Water Gun, so I guess there is that. But I should get to 2 Energy Balls here pretty easily before they're going to be able to do too much. I don't know what could be in the backline that would be unplayable for us right now. But I think the play is always just go for a switch out now after getting the second shield, because I feel Ninetales could have more play in the backline. They've been trying to bait this out, it feels like. And Quagsire into Quagsire, obviously I'd have some play there no matter what, so I might as well do this. They're staying in, which is interesting. They know exactly where I'm at, so they throw a move right before I reach the Grass Knot. But I have enough energy here that if they want to stay in, they're going to end up taking a lot of damage. Well, I would one-shot them, right? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think we're fine. Mamoswine. I guess that makes sense why they switched out. They had ABB pigs. It's a pig, right? Mamoswine? Oh, goodbye. Anyway, do I survive the Water Guns and get a Grass Knot? I think I do. If so, then that is really good, because now I don't even need my Quagsire. What a crazy team. I respect that, but honestly, Ninetales is just a little bit too strong in this meta to not have a hard answer for. Or at least to not have a hard answer for when you're that weak to it. Oh no. Okay, I thought the game was about to crash there. That was taking a second too long to finish the game, but there we go. Alright, Cradily into Shadow Ninetales. Okay, I like this in a way. Although it is one of those spots where, you know, you're a Cradily, you're going to get outpaced here. So they can dance around you if they want. But I mean, I'm pretty safe into the Ninetales no matter what, as long as I'm not in a spot where my Quagsire has to see it when I'm, like, down shields or down energy. They're at 7, so they're already almost at back-to-back moves. That's crazy how quick Ninetales is. So they're at 3 right now. But even if I just get a shield advantage here, that could be all I really need my Cradily for. Okay, so they're at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They do have back-to-back ready to go right now. I have my next move, so they have to throw instantly to get their move off first. I'm going to go for a catch on my Ninetales, because I feel like they're going to instantly throw, and catching a debuffed Weather Ball here is going to nullify a lot of what this Ninetales wants to do. I have a Grass Knot or a Rock Tomb loaded in the backline. I have a shield advantage. Let's see what they bring in. Okay, that's not terrible. That is very playable for a Ninetales. We have a shield advantage. We have an energy lead, but they're already at an attack here, so we have to keep that in mind. They're at 5. That is so much damage. What the heck? 6, 7, 8. I'm going to shield this, actually. Maybe it's a mistake, but I feel like it's a mistake I'm willing to make at this point, because I want to keep my Ninetales around or get their final shield down. I can overfarm a little bit here to guarantee to outpace whatever comes in. And at this point, we have energy on Ninetales. We have energy on Cradily. Hopefully our Quagsire in the backline is going to be good. Okay. They bring this back in, which makes some sense, I suppose. We'll go for the Weather Ball, get the knockout. That's a lie, this isn't knockout, but it should put them down pretty low. Yeah. 5, 6, 7. Okay, they should be 2 away here from an energy ball, so I should be able to water gun this down with Quagsire before they reach a big move. So I'm going to come in Quagsire, go for the water gun damage, and yeah, we snipe them down. They were going for the big move. They could have got the chip damage against us if they wanted to. I don't know what's in the back line, but I have a Rock Tomb or a Grass Knot. I have a Quagsire up energy. That was looking pretty bad for them. All right. You know, that was a really bad start to this set. We were like 0-2, right? 0-2 to 3-2. So we'll take it. We'll take it for sure. All right, next opponent. Cradily into Zangoose. Wait, that's actually probably really bad, isn't it? Because they're probably on Fury Cutter. I got to get out of here. Although I don't love this Pokemon on, like, any of my picks. Oh, it is Shadow Claw, but they have close combat no matter what. So, like, I want to get out. They caught on Clodsire? All right. They have 4 Shadow Claws of energy, which is a little bit scary, but I would have thrown this Weather Ball here anyway. The only thing that could have maybe gone different is, you know, I could have baited a different attack. But that Zangoose is going to potentially be really bad for us, actually. I don't like that. I don't like what that Zangoose could potentially be doing to me later on this game. So that is a lot of energy. Oh, they have Sludge Bomb too. Okay. That's not super ideal. But if I can bank some energy here, maybe come in with my Quagsire, get some Water Gun damage against them as well as some energy, that could be a way out. Okay. Switch this in. They could go for an Earthquake into us if they want to, which it looks like they will. At least this means it's not really wasting energy from them, but it's forcing energy out of them. Now we're in Night Slash range, though, from that Zangoose. Or I guess they have a Whimsicott in the backline. They will be forced into throwing energy against us. Because a Stone Edge would just one-shot them, right? Oh. Okay, well, I'm happy I get this off. I'm kind of surprised that they would do that. Maybe I should have baited here. Maybe they don't expect Stone Edge. No, they do. Okay. Can they farm us down? Maybe they can. They throw energy. I think, honestly, at that point, they should have committed to a farm down against us, but, like, this game is by no means, like, over for either of us, but I am surprised how this is playing out. Acid is very effective into Whimsicott. So, I can come back in here. But I think I just have to rely on my Ninetales to win this game, unfortunately. Like, I kind of need this Whimsicott out of the way. Well, they have to close combat to knock us out right now, right? I think if they do that, that's not the best play for them. Because now they're going to be in Weather Ball range. And they have back-to-back here. I should be able to shield once, farm down the Whimsicott, right? And then Weather Ball the Clodsire. They should be in range where that's enough. Okay. I don't know exactly what's happening right now. I think they might have invested in the wrong Pokemon this game. But since they just Earthquaked, I can go for the back-to-back Weather Ball here. And then, even if they catch, it's a Clodsire. They were energy dry when they swapped out. I should be fine no matter what. Weather Ball should get the shield. They probably catch this, but, I mean, they had energy on that Whimsicott anyway, so now I just don't have to shield against this. and I can get to yet another Weather Ball against them. I think I should be fine. Unless they're going to be able to get to back-to-back Sludge Bombs, which, you know, it is a Clodsire. It's, like, not the slowest Pokemon in the game, but no, we have our Weather Ball here. Even if they are at back-to-back, which I don't think they quite yet are, we have our move. Oh, they Earthquake. Yeah, I guess, well, I mean, Sludge Bomb would have knocked us out there, but I'm pretty sure they didn't have back-to-back Sludge Bomb or anywhere close to it. So Weather Ball should get the knockout, despite a very uncomfortable lead, I would say. We're still able to get the win. That is a crazy team, though. All right, Swampert lead. Once again, you know, it's a non-Shadow Swampert, though, so maybe it's a little bit less oppressive to try to deal with. But it is still annoying. So we'll see what we can do here. I'm going to go for a Devious Rock Tomb bait, but they could definitely call this, and I don't like that. But the thing is, it's not fun for either of us here. Either I nuke and they no-shield, or I nuke and they shield, or I bait and they shield, or I bait and they no-shield. They do call it right this time. But I think against the regular Swampert, honestly, that's not the worst-case scenario for me. Because I should still get this next move off before they can get their next move. So, while it's not as commanding of a win as it could have been, it still is, like, good for us. Well, Grass Knot here to guarantee a shield or a knockout at this point. And if they do shield this up, then we switch out into Quagsire. If they no shield, then probably swap into Ninetales, depending on what comes in here. Yeah, we don't want to give a farm down over. At least Ninetales can outpace Furo. So if we land the Weather Ball first, then that means that we can always guarantee in the 2-shield matchup, we're not even going to take a Drill Run here. I just didn't want to give any initiative over to the opponent by letting them get that farm down. Because Furo up energy, we know that thing is pretty strong, right? But Ninetales is pretty neutral once Mudboys are out of the way. And even into Mudboys, it's not that bad. But I don't want to be against a 2-shield Swampert. Yeah, we just Emperor this down in the 2s. If they do shield again, I guess I'll match shields here. They're at 5. They do shield that, okay. Like, the one reason I could see to not shield this is if there's a Pidgeot in the backline, and there is a good chance of Pidgeot. Because then Quagsire would just win straight up. Oh, well, that's one reason to definitely shield. But I honestly don't know if we win this game. I am at back-to-back attacks here, but Quagsire is just useless. 8. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about this. They shield, okay. Wow, okay. Well, it's gonna come down to if Quagsire can catch or something. I don't even know if that's gonna matter, though. They're at 1. I go for a catch, we don't get it, though. My asses are doing so much, though. Can I ever... They're at back-to-back, though, aren't they? They just win because they're at back-to-back. Oh, man. Oh, man, that was so close, though. I'm not quite at the the Aquatelle yet. Dang it, dude, jump fluff in the back line. That is the one thing that Quagsire really doesn't want to see. Well, not the one thing. There's a lot of things Quagsire wouldn't want to see in the back line that could also one-shot it. But there's also a lot of things that we would have had more play into than that. All right, next opponent. Cradily into Drampa. Okay, another Drampa user. You know, last time we saw one of these, they completely destroyed us, so let's hope that doesn't happen again. They're staying in. Are they going to CMP us on the Rock Tomb? They probably will, because that's what Drampa users do. Oh, they catch on Clodsire. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm fine debuffing this. But it is a good play by them to go for that. I can build up more energy here, though. And since they're a debuffed Clodsire, it's not like the worst-case scenario, where Earthquake isn't going to do that much to us. It will hurt, but it's not going to one-shot us or anything. Earthquake doesn't even 2-shot. Perfect. Although, it will after the Poison Stings. You know, they've actually done something pretty smart here by swapping in this Clodsire. Also, they're really weak to Ice. Okay. Interesting. They bank energy. They have an Earthquake basically loaded. Swift doesn't knock us out here. I'm going to let this go. Oh, but I can't switch. Okay. But they have a move ready to go on that Clodsire, which could be scary later on. But I do get an instant Rock Tomb off here, which either puts them down into range where I can farm them down, or it gets a shield. All right, looks like they're going to let that go. I should survive whatever big attack this thing could have, and then I should be able to farm down. But we always have to keep in mind, I basically have to save a shield for that Clodsire, because an Earthquake from that thing is going to hurt, no matter what is going to take it. But I can farm this down. I have a Rock Tomb ready. They might just bring in Clodsire here, even. No, they don't. Oh, I wish I went for the Chesnaught into this. But I mean, maybe this isn't game over. Okay, we actually get a shield, so maybe that was the right play. They could always catch here, though. Honestly, does that debuff even help us too much? Oh, we win. We win. Let's go. They're trying to go for a catch or a CMP sack swap, although they can't really win CMP, so, like, either way, they only either drain my energy or they land a move here. But now, I should be able to just shield this up, go for the double energy balls, and that should be game. I got a little bit bailed out that they actually shielded up my Rock Tomb bait. I should have, I guess, blind Grass Knotted, but luckily it didn't really matter. Either way, they did shield that up. And now Energy Ball number 1 gets the shield, number 2 should get the KO. I kind of wonder, does that Water Gun damage not actually get decreased, though, by a debuff? Because they were doing so much damage still with Water Guns there. Although if the damage does get decreased, it's kind of clutch that we got that debuff into them. But we'll take it either way. Cradily into Licky Licky. Well, that's a fantastic lead. I always hate being the Licky Licky in this matchup, even though it should be pretty neutral on paper, right? But if they have Shadow Ball, they can throw it on alignment to get it off first. And if they're on Earthquake, then I get my move on good timing before they can even throw an attack. So I get a debuff into them. And that's going to put them always into a bit of an awkward position. Yeah, Rock Tomb does end up landing. They're staying in. Earthquake likely being thrown. But I mean, look, they're already at half HP just after the first Rock Tomb here, which is why I like Cradily in this matchup so much. Earthquake. Yeah, makes sense. I think in this meta, Earthquake is almost always the play. Because if you go for Earthquake, as you can see here, it does still do a little bit more raw damage in these matchups. It's also good into the fire types you might see. They probably go for... Oh, they actually switch, okay. I thought they were going to go for potentially an Earthquake into us there, but makes sense that they wouldn't. I think no matter what, though, the play is going to be to shield this up, go for a debuff into them, and then I could bring in my Ninetales here. Do I want to do that, or should I bring in my Quagsire? If I bring in Ninetales, then I'm more threatened by the drill runs, and at least Quagsire at this point is going to be able to Water Gun them into range where Aquatail knocks out. 5, so they have a move. 6. They're at a move already, and they're 4 away from the next. But since they are debuffed, I should be able to survive this a little bit better. And there is still that Licky Licky around with a full Earthquake. Got to keep that in mind. But they're low enough at this point that it's not that big of a threat. They're at 9. They let it go. Nice. That's kind of what I wanted to see there, honestly. Although it could be like another normal type, a third normal type. No. Oh, interesting. They come in Licky Licky now. I think they have to go for the full-on Earthquake to KO us, right? Although they could, like, Body Slam to put us into farm down range and, like, switch out, which looks like that might be what they're doing. Okay, Pidgeot comes in. I think this isn't terrible, because they don't get enough energy to go for, like, an Air Cutter bait plus a Brave Bird. But they could go for an Air Cutter bait and then boost with Air Cutter, and that could be kind of scary, but it's only a 30% chance to do that, whereas it's, like, a guaranteed chance to lose the game if I end up no-shielding the nuke. They did actually go for the boost on that Air Cutter. They have the next one ready to go right now. But I think I still survive the Air Cutter. It's not that strong of a move. So I'm going to go for good timing here. Guarantee that I land my Weather Ball as well as an extra Ember. And I just want to put this into Acid downrange, because that Licky Licky should also be in Acid downrange at this point. Okay. Maybe I should have thrown my energy there. Maybe I should have, but Body Slam doesn't knock us out, right? So we're still fine. I probably should have thrown the Weather Ball just to guarantee that Licky Licky has too much stuff to do there, but we'll take the win. Chesnaught lead. That is odd. I have a Quagsire, which is worse into this in the backline. Of course, they're on low kick as well, so I don't love that necessarily. But, you know, maybe they don't go for a superpower here, and they just go for a Frenzy Plant instead. But if they do superpower us, that is scary. Nice, okay, just a Frenzy, I say, as it does 90% of my HP. Will Rock Tomb, can I get to another attack here, or would they just farm us down? Looks like I don't get farmed down, so I'm going to stay in. Okay. Well, this is a little awkward, but we'll see what we can do, I guess. I mean, I'm hoping that this is their best answer to Ninetales on their team. I don't feel like Ninetales is all that common right now in this meta, so I could see it being something else in the backline that might not be, the best into us. And either way, just avoiding my Quagsire into that Chesnaught is pretty nice. But we'll see what they want to do here. Aquatail gets a shield, okay. They might be double shield farming us down. But if they do that, I should still get the Aquatail off, right? This is where things get so dicey, where I don't actually know if I'm going to get my Aquatail, but I think I kind of need it. I think I do need to reach it. Nice. Landing this move is very, very helpful for us, because now either I just need to get a Weather Ball off into them, or they just let this go and I can farm down. They do let it go, alright. And I get an Ember down here, potentially. Cradily comes in, okay. Well, my Ninetales has a lot of work to do this game. That is for sure. They shield that, okay. 7. I mean, I have to shield this up. No way around that. And I think I'm just gonna switch out here, because I have enough energy that now I should be able to get to a move against this with my Ninetales. Then I can, like, I need to be very careful with my energy management, that's for sure. But I think there is a couple of ways to win this game. I gotta, first of all, make sure they don't catch on us with that Quagsire. That would be really bad. I'm at back-to-back Weather Ball here. I need to overfarm by, like, 2, I think. Okay. So I'm 2 away from my Weather Ball here. The Chesnaught still can catch against us, which I don't love necessarily. But I think the Chesnaught's only at, like, 1 low kick right now. Oh, did that... Okay, I was gonna say, if they survive that and they get the move off, that's really bad. But luckily, they still get knocked out. Nice. We wait properly. We get the farm down. We have the Weather Ball. That was the diciest game I've ever had in my life, but Ninetales is just too good. All right, Cradily into Macargo. All right, we've seen this lead before. Not a bad Pokemon to see, but it could be a little bit awkward depending on how they play it out and what they have in the backline. They are on Incinerate. I've seen a few Ember Blazer, or not Blaziken, Macargos rather, in this format, which is an option. I think, honestly, Ember is much worse, though, because Ember doesn't do any fast move pressure, even though you generate energy a little bit quicker. They shield the first, okay. I'm kind of fine with that. They will get 2 Rock Tombs off against us before I'm able to land a Rock Tomb now, but I should always be able to land a Rock Tomb here before I get knocked out, and then my Quagsire can absorb the energy. And my Ninetales, once I land a Rock Tomb here, can even just Energy Ball this to knock him out. Alright, they're forcing me to throw in really uncomfortable timing, I guess, by over-farming there, but that's fine. That means they've only single debuffed me. They do let that go, makes sense. And now they throw the Rock Tomb. This should knock us out despite the double debuff, because, I mean, we're really low on HP. There's no way it wouldn't. We can bring in our Quagsire here, and hopefully Water Gun them down if they stay in. They don't, in fact, stay in. But this is not the best Furo I've ever seen. They've taken so much damage just from Water Guns. I don't think I'm going to shield this up, though. Because if they had a Macargo lead, and there's a Furo here, that probably means whatever the final Pokemon is an even better counter to Quagsire. I don't want to be in a spot where I'm solely reliant on, like, a shield disadvantage on Ninetales to win this game. Okay, yeah, we just get the 0 shield win there, and I think that's the right play. If they bring in... Okay, I'm glad I did that. Hello, Jumpluff. Finally, we don't get our Quagsire into this. 7. Alright. Likely they bait us. But I can't no-shield in Acrobatics. Not just yet, at least. Nice, okay, they do full send. And they come in Macargo. They do have a Rock Tomb ready to go. But I think at this point, I can always clear my debuff that I get on my Ninetales. Oh, or if they try to call a bait, that's also very fine by me. Because then they don't even debuff us, and I just get the win. Next battle. We'll see... Cradily into Macargo. Okay, I don't hate this lead matchup, but it's also not super great for us either, because we're taking a lot of Incinerate damage. But we're both doing Rock Tombs back and forth, probably. And I do get mine off first, but they get 2 Rock Tombs before I get a second Rock Tomb myself. But no matter what, avoiding this matchup into our Ninetales is always pretty good. So I should be in a pretty playable spot, especially if they let that go. Kind of surprised that they would no-shield that. Oh, and they go to 5. Wow, okay. They do have back-to-back attacks ready to go right now, but, I mean, the big problem for them is they have to throw on alignment now to get their next one off, and they already threw on alignment once. Oh, they overheat, okay. Ah, okay. I tried to go for a cheeky snipe down there. It didn't quite work. But wow, this is a bad Fearow. So there's a funny thing in this matchup with Quagsire into Fearow, where if you have enough attack, or if the Fearow's not good, you can do extra damage with water guns. And as you can see, we've already done like half their HP just with a few water guns here. Or, I mean, they already shielded once. I might as well shield myself, because this fast move pressure is invaluable against them. And if they want a double shield, they can be my guest. I have energy on my Cradily. I have a Ninetales in the backline that avoids a Fearow. And we should be able to win this as long as there's not like a second hard answer to Ninetales back there. Should I shield this? I'm going to. I think it's a good play, because I can outpace a lot of things with my Quagsire. If they let me get the farm down, that's even better. Which they are letting me go for. Okay, well, I come out with a full Aqua Tail. What's about to come in here? Macargo would have to throw energy to knock us out. But they probably just save the Macargo in the backline. Goodbye, Quagsire. Goodbye! Alright, well, that is unfortunate for them. But it's also very fortunate for us. GG's. Alright. That's why you save a move. That right there is why you save a Grass Knot on Cradily, just so you can swap in and one-shot things. Alright. There we go. Is that a 4-1? No, it's a 5-0. That's even better. Hold on. I didn't realize I was actually doing well. I think the verdict's in. Cradily is still a very strong Pokemon in this meta. It's a pick that I think in Open Great League is still going to struggle a little bit because of all the nerfs and all the Pokemon that can counter it, but because in this meta here, there are so many Pokemon weak to Rock Tomb, and all the picks that are not weak to Rock Tomb aren't necessarily great against it either neutrally. It means that Cradily has so much play in this format. Give it a go if you have one. But yeah, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.